In the fixation of electric SUVs, we as an entire automotive fraternity completely forgot how incredible electric sedans could be, especially the fast ones. This, dear viewers, is the BMW, the first ever BMW i5 M60. And it is here to ask one question. What's a V8? With almost 600 bhp of power and 800 Newton meter of twisting force, this i5 M60 is more powerful than the previous generation of the proper full-blown M5. In fact, it's not a lot less powerful than the previous M5's go-fast versions, the CS and the competition. Them burning the fossil-fueled internal combustion engine running on liquid gold. This one, it may be silent. Yeah, it may be silent compared to those rumbling V8, but this is space age ahead. Now, those who are still unaware, the i5, as the BMW nomenclature goes, is the electric derivative of the 5 Series. Now, this is the first ever 5 Series and it is available here in India in the range-topping M60 trim, the only version that you can buy here. It's based on the same cloud platform as the standard 5 Series and it's not a ground-up EV. But internationally, there is an M5 for the current generation. This full-blown M5, it is heavy. It is infamous for weighing almost as much as a planet. But it uses a very complicated powertrain now. It has a V8, a rumbling proper V8, along with a plug-in hybrid. And it's a lot more complicated in itself. So what's my suggestion is, why didn't BMW call this i5 M60 a proper MI5 or M5i or a proper full-blown M version of the electric 5 Series that we're driving here? As you know, almost half a century back, BMW introduced a mid-size sedan in the form of E12. The E28 Gen followed in 1983 with a diesel. After the E34, it's the E39 that made everyone sit up and take notice of the 5 badge. Who can forget the iconic advertisement of the M5 recording the land speed machine? And then the E60 followed with a Formula 1 derived V8. And the bigger and more matured F10 had a twin-turbo V8 as a downsizing had begun in 2010. Lastly, the outgoing G30 gave us the last non-hybrid M5. It also rebirthed the iconic CS badge. Now the name M5 is an icon in its own right. As I mentioned earlier, this i5 M60 is more powerful than the previous M5 and almost as powerful as anything else on the road. But more importantly, the M5s throughout the years, they're famous for taking kids to school in the morning or taking a family of 4 for a breakfast outing in the morning and then demolishing sports cars on the racetrack in the afternoon. Even this M5, it's as capable as that. It can be your race on Sunday and go office commute on Monday type of car. But more importantly, it's quick. It's incredibly quick. All of its 600 horsepower is unleashed the moment you pull this boost pedal. And it's fast. No matter how many times you pull this pedal, it's addictive. You always keep craving more of that every single time. The 0 to 100 kmph time of this i5, the claim figure is 3.8 seconds, and that's really quick. It's actually quick than some of those prancing horses and the raging bulls out there. But more importantly, when you are trying to drive it in a city, it's as docile as a standard 5 Series. You can go to office commutes quite comfortably, quite easily in this. You can take your family, even if it mood permits or time permits, you can go cross-country travel with it. Admittedly, I have driven a few EVs which are more powerful than this. The Lotus Electra, for example. It is a 900 horsepower electric SUV with an acceleration time of sub 3 seconds. But the acceleration that you experience here in the i5, it's phenomenal. It's brutal, and yet it's very different than what you experience in a heavy SUV like the Electra. Because you're sitting so close to the ground, the feeling that you get in a sedan, a proper sedan doing an acceleration, it gives you a sports car feel, but from the future actually. And the entire experience of a sporty sedan, an electric sporty sedan, is further aided by this i5's ride and handling combination. Because the way the i5 tackles the Indian roads, it's incredible. Now the new 5 Series, it has grown in size and it has gotten a bit softer. So when you try to take a corner slightly enthusiastically, it does tend to roll around a bit. But not here in the i5. The combination of the stiffness and well-absorbent damping, here it makes the i5 take in the irregularities with such a finesse, because I have taken it over some really bad patches, non-existent roads and even the road joints. But all of it is taken a stride so well. You can sometimes hear those irregularities, but never do you actually feel them here inside the cabin. Another addition to this i5 is the rear wheel steering, and I think it's a really good addition because not only it helps the i5 wrap around you when you're attacking a corner slightly more enthusiastically, but more importantly, it helps you to maneuver this really large car in and around the city quite effortlessly. I experienced it firsthand when I was trying to find a mall parking, and it made its way through those tight places in a mall parking effortlessly. With its electric powertrain, the i5 might lack the drama of a V8. There's no sound accompanying its brutal acceleration. But what it lacks in drama, it actually makes up with the soundtrack that comes with the different drive mode it has. And it's just not a drive mode, it's a persona, and every persona has a different sound attached to it. But more importantly, that sound is made by none other than Hans Zimmer. And we all know how incredible Hans Zimmer is when it comes to audiophiles. It's not without flaws though, I admit. The i5, it's not exactly a ground-up EV, so it lacks those additional benefits that a skateboard platform EV can come with. Secondly, the new operating system here on the curved display, it's not exactly user-friendly, and we have complained about this in all the other previous BMWs, in fact, not just EVs, and it might take some time to get used to or for it to improve for better. Also, this i5, it does come with a proper sports car problem. Its low ground clearance means every time you are tackling some bad road or even arriving at a speed breaker, you will be clenching your teeth incredibly hard. And when it comes to charging for this is not so big 84 kilowatt hour battery pack, BMW has provided a 205 kilowatt of fast charging support. So a 10 to 80% charge is possible in just 30 minutes, provided you find a charger that big. Otherwise, 4 to 6 hours of charging should suffice for a realistic range of close to 400 kilometers. Unlike the 530i, this i5 is only available in the standard wheelbase and not the long wheelbase body style. So it looks, in my opinion, pretty proportionate. And having grown up on bangle design BMWs, this design, I think it takes some time to get used to, but it's more mature and sharper looking. Add to it this aggressive M kit with sportier bumpers, side skirts and larger alloy wheels. With this stealthy black paint, I think Mr. Bruce Wayne would definitely like to have one of these. But you do get many choices for exterior paint and 3 trim styles for the interior as well. And talking about that cabin, it definitely feels special. BMW's new design direction has a character. It might not be likable to everyone's taste, but it stands out in its own distinct way. There's attention to detail here. Details like the Swarovski element on the iDrive controller and across the dashboard as well, which illuminates now. There's also hidden AC vents across the dashboard, along with sporty quality bucket seats that hugs you when sport mode is engaged. The red strip on the top of the steering wheel is there like a proper M car. Even the M colors on the seat belt, apart from the speaker mesh made of intricately carved letters, it all tells you how special the cabin really is. The M5 for me has always been a hero car. Not only is it capable of being a ring taxi, it is also comfortable for cross-country touring with family. It can shame some supercars with its performance left, right and center, but also take you to the office and back every single day. Never meet your heroes, they say. But what if your hero is replaced by a cybernetic contraption? Its throbbing heart replaced by an amalgamation of blood, bone and metal. This living entity is more powerful than your hero, and it does have a soul too, but just not the one you grew up to love and appreciate. So will it be same as meeting your hero then? You decide. Secondly, there's another factor about the i5, and that's the pricing. Because at 1.2 crore rupees ex-showroom at what the i5 retails at, there's no other car in the Indian market which offers you more than 300 to 400 bhp from any other car maker. So the i5, it not only offers you more bang for your bucks, but it also offers you twice the horsepower at this price. And that's the BMW i5 M60 for you. The new M5. That's all from me in this video. Hope you liked it, and if you did, do hit that like button and share this video forward to your fellow enthusiasts as well. This is Bilal signing off. Until next time.